Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brewed Thoughts podcast. This is German, and I'm joined by Harry. We're doing our MLB pod. We took our last
Sure.
break last season, last week, and so we're back. We're back to the end of the year. It's Memorial Day weekend, and according to Harry, the season has started. Although we've played all of April, all of May. If you've been hearing the pod, Harry's been telling us none of it counts, none of it matters until May. So we got to May. We're going to do some pretenders, contenders. We're going to talk about what's ruining baseball, according to some, and according to your boy Clayton Kershaw, what's
Yeah.
ruining baseball. But let's start at the top. Giovanni Gallegos, the dude gets his hat taken away from him, and he got ejected. They felt that he was
No, he didn't get ejected. The hat got ejected.
the hat got ejected. Gotcha. So from he's a pitcher from the Cardinals. His hat got ejected from the game because they thought that he had some substance, right? Did they have substance?
Yeah.
Did they have anything?
Yeah, he admitted to it. Well, everybody admits it. They use sunscreen, it was a hot day, and some rosin on there, which is technically illegal. It's illegal in the rules, but it's something that the players, the hitters, and the pitchers both agreed on because it gives them a better grip on the ball.
Mm.
Yeah, compared to
But it
yeah,
was excessive?
No. You can see it on the hat. It was right here on the bill of the hat, and they thought it was something else. And your boy Joe West, like we were talking about, these umpires with their names out there. This is like the only sport, actually, basketball. Maybe I used to know one or two refs, but other than that, and also all the refs that were like excessive. Like, why the hell do we need to know the names of the umpires? Like, just umpire the game and that's it. Be quiet, go do your job, and that's it. Why do we? They always want the spotlight, and that's what he want. That's how I felt he wanted, and the coach called him out on it too. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
but the coach went on a huge rant.
I saw
I
that.
think it was like a 15-minute rant, 10 to 15-minute rant. It was good. It was some good stuff said there. Like he defended his boy like he's supposed to. I don't know. We didn't get a chance to talk about La Russa, but La Russa did not defend his boy. This manager did. Schultz, I believe his name is. Last name is.
Who, the manager?
The Cardinals.
Mike
Cardinals
Schlitt.
manager.
Mike Schlitt.
My shit. I always butcher his name. Yeah, but he defended his boy. He said, "Hey, this is what's happening." He admitted to it. He's like, "Why don't you go check everybody else? Like, why don't you go check all these other guys?" And he kind of pointed out, which is crazy, and I caught on to it. He talked about the spin rate. Why don't you go look at these other guys that their spin rate are crazy? Talking about Trevor Bauer, Cole Hamels. I mean, not Cole Hamels. Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's an interesting thing because, obviously, as we're going to get into in the main topic, that's such a hot topic right now, where the rise of these strikeouts, the rise of the success of the pitchers, because it gets us to, if you're a pitcher, there's more success, but if you're a spectator, a fan, I think more so a casual fan, because I think casual fans want the super high scoring, because I get that with soccer. There's people who are casual soccer fans and can enjoy a 0-0 game. In the meantime, I come out of a 0-0 game thinking, man, that was amazing. But I think it's more the casual fans more than anything else. But yeah, that was interesting. But I like that Mike Schmidt shit. I don't even know how to say his name. Anyway, I like that he stood up for his guy, unlike old man Tony La Russa.
Didn't I call it? Didn't we talk about this way before earlier in the podcast? This guy
that was embarrassing. Like, dude, go to bat for your boy. Like, what is this? But yeah, that was disgraceful. But we'll see. I think we're gonna continue to see that kind of stuff. I think umpires are going to continue to feel like they want their name out. You see that a lot in the NBA, like you brought up right now. But it's just the way it goes. It's just the time we live in with social media
In
and
soccer, do you know any refs? I don't.
I don't. I don't know any. I don't know any ref by name. I know them by like.
Exactly
I
right.
see them. There's a
Yeah.
there's a Spanish one that every time I see, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this type of game. But for the most part, no. They're
Well, you don't
not.
know his name. You have to go Google his name, and
Right. Yeah.
like he's
So,
on the headlines. Hey, he just took over the game. He bridges the game. If
yeah.
you never played the game before, you understand. You don't understand that the umpire and the ref has a lot to do with the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
They
So
have a lot to do with the game. And Vegas, if you're better, they have a lot to do with the game.
exactly. Um, let's move on to the Astros. The Astros played your Dodgers again this last week. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was last week. No, this week. It was this week.
This week,
It was this
yeah,
week.
middle of
Uh,
the week.
so how long do you think it's gonna take for people to get over what the Astros did?
I'm trying to keep it as I'm trying to collect my thoughts here because I was pretty upset. I was actually pretty upset, seeing a lot of things out there. I sent you a few videos
Yeah.
of what was going on. It's like it's ridiculous. I got over it already. I got over it. 2020 made it perfectly fine for me. Like I was saying in an earlier podcast, I don't care no more.
Right.
2017 cheated. They cheated. Okay, who cares? The Lakers technically cheated in 2001 or against the Sacramento Kings. Nobody brings that up anymore. It's over. There's a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get over fans that are just still holding on to this, investing money in this series. Like, why would you go travel for a middle of the week series against Houston for 2 days just to go in their stadium? And like, okay, go there. Just, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a certain thing with fandom. I don't. I had no interest in it. I had zero interest in it. I had zero interest in the game. I just watched it like a normal, like it was a normal regular season game. Nothing happened. There was no fireworks in the game. Like I had predicted. I told my friends that like, there's not even nothing going on.
Oh.
These players are over it already. They already won. They already got over the hump. So there's nothing. There's nothing more out of it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, and so I think it's still going to be a few more years. Though I think once Correa, I think if Correa leaves the Astros this year, I think that's when it all ends because I mean you're going to be dealing with guys that are no longer even in the on the team, and you're still going to be upset with them. So it's not going to make any sense.
But
Um,
I get it in the part of you can heckle them. But once you cross the line, if you throwing blows, ESPN covering it, ESPN had the second game. Like it's a regular season game, dude. Like there's nothing here to see.
yeah,
You're hearing a telecaster just kept bringing it up. I was like, dude, like get over it already. Like there's fans already that got over it, and I have friends, our Dodger fans, they got over it already. It's over it. Like
yeah,
we already got, like I said, we already got a chip, and no matter what that chip was, it's over. Like 2017 is the past. And I was telling one of my buddies, it's like that girlfriend that can't get over you. Like you break up and she's still trying to like bring up all this old stuff. Like, dude, it's over. Like, get over it.
yeah.
Move on.
It's so weird. It's like you won the title. Move on. Get over it.
Yeah, yeah.
It happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
but we would have won two more. Like, you see, how it's supposed to be is how the players react. And the players reacted. They said what they had to say already. They talked.
Yeah.
Um, they're over it already. There was no fireworks in the game at all.
I think what sucks is that Astros team was, and I know like the Astros won one, the Red Sox won one,
Yeah.
the Nationals won one, but in those 3 years, I think that the Astros were the best team in all of baseball for 3 years. I think
They're they're one of the best. Yeah.
I think what sucks
Agree.
is that with the cheating thing, and I mean, obviously they did it to themselves. So I'm not saying I feel bad for
Yeah.
them, but we are. What's being robbed is the fact that that was an amazing team. Those teams were amazing. I am of the opinion that the Dodgers would have lost to the Astros had they played it cleanly. Um, Obviously, if you're a Dodger fan, you're not gonna agree with that because why would
No,
you?
I honestly, just the Dodgers were picked to win that series, and I thought they would have won it in six.
And so I just think it evens out. It evened out. It's almost like the Warriors and Cleveland. Cleveland should have, it evened out. The Warriors should have,
Yeah,
should have won where they blew the 3-1 lead, and Cleveland took one, and at the it averaged out to be fair. It was the same.
yeah,
They were supposed to take one. So that's where I land on that. I think now this is more for the attention. Let me get on TV. Someone's gonna cover it. If I just take a crazy sign, I'm gonna end up on a TikTok somewhere, and it's gonna go viral. I
it's
don't
fun
know.
to watch. It's fun
Yeah,
to
for
watch in
sure.
that part, but like I said, once you cross the border the lines, like just out of the sports, like
Mhm.
let's get out of baseball real quick.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook,
right.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Trey Young, that's something I can't stand for. Everything else, I'm clear. Like I said the last podcast, I don't care what you say, dude.
Yeah. Like and even like Trey, you bring up Trey Young. Trey Young had I don't know if you were watching it, but the crowd in MSG the whole time of the
You're
two
balding.
games. Well, that and they were like "F you, Trey Young,"
Yeah,
and he was embracing it. It was cool. It was awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, well, once you get into like the spitting and all that, I think that's no longer part of the game. It's no longer part of what is appropriate in sportsmanship. But we'll continue to see this stuff against the Astros, and it's just the way it goes. It's the consequence of cheating. Mike Trout went out a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
or 2 weeks ago, maybe now. So he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, maybe. So that sucks, and
That just struck a right in my heart. It's like, dude, are you serious? Out of everything, you go down. The guy least expected goes down.
yeah. So he's out. It's so weird. He's gonna if he stays his entire time with the Angels, and we brought this up, so I don't want to spend too much time on it
Yeah.
as we've talked about it already. But if he stays with the Angels, he's going to be the best baseball player, but he's gonna not be remembered at
For
all.
anything.
It's so weird. It's we have Mickey Mantle playing in the Angels, and it's like whatever. Yawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a weird. It's so weird how that is
It's like
working out for
it's like
him.
the years when like Vladimir Guerrero played for like the Orioles. Like, nobody
Yeah,
remembers that.
exactly. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like I was actually talking to my wife about this like on my way back to San Diego. I was like, do you remember what's so special about Earl Hershiser?
Mm.
Like like he did well for what 3-4 years, and then after he left, nobody knows he went to Cleveland. Nobody knows he went to all these other spots.
Yeah.
Since he went Fernando Venezuela had like 2-3 good years, and then after that, what happened?
Hmm.
He went to other teams. Like people don't remember that stuff. Like people don't, like you remember their greatness because they won chips. Both of them won chips, or Hershiser and Fernando.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna remember nothing with Mike Trout because he hasn't won anything. And I don't think
Yeah. It's
I
so
honestly don't think he's
weird.
gonna win anything.
Yeah, it's so
Unless he
weird.
leaves, he's not gonna win.
I was thinking about randomly the other day. I was thinking about
Yeah,
the Luis Gonzalez.
yeah,
And Luis Gonzalez is a guy that in Arizona he's an immortal because he had that hit in Game 7. In my
yeah.
opinion, probably the best World Series I've ever seen.
One of the best. Yeah,
Um, Mike Trout will never be that. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But Luis Gonzalez has a moment, and Luis Gonzalez in the history of baseball is forgotten. When you talk about your favorite baseball players, unless you're talking to a diehard Diamondbacks fan,
yeah,
and even those
yeah.
guys are not bringing up Luis Gonzalez like that
Or
because
even a Dodger fan. I believe he played for the Dodgers for a bit.
right,
If I'm
right,
not mistaken. Yeah,
yeah. So, if you're an Arizona fan, you're talking Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson, that whole thing. But
And they didn't even come from there.
Yeah, Luis Gonzalez had a moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Mike Trout's ever gonna have a moment. And I was thinking about that, and it, as a fan, it just made me it made me sad because I think Mike Trout is so undervalued. So and at the end, it's all his fault.
Yeah.
He wanted the comfort of a big contract, and that's what you got. That's what it
Yeah.
is. So I definitely don't feel bad for him. The dude is okay. He's doing fine. But I just wish him, and I wish he cared. I wish this is where I think Bryce Harper. This is where I respect Bryce Harper, because Bryce Harper is a lot of things, but the dude at least cares about, or at least,
so.
yeah, he cares about winning. I think, and building something. And I wish Trout had some of that.
Yeah.
I wish he did. And
like crossing over to sports again. Like you brought that up, like role players and stuff. What about Robert Horry?
Yeah,
He has 7 chips. He has more championships than Jordan.
Yeah.
And he had his moments.
Yeah.
Every single time he had his moments. And no matter where he went, Spurs, Houston, the Lakers, he had his moments. It's crazy. It's crazy to see like one of the best baseball players in our generation just gonna be there. That's it.
Yeah.
Like afterthought.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Hey, who was the best baseball player between 2000 and 2021? Let me Google it real quick. Whatever they have in the future with your kids. Maybe it's gonna be Jugo or something. I don't know.
It's gonna probably be the way it's going now. Probably Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Just because he plays with the Dodgers. You watch baseball, you see Mookie Betts almost everywhere. The Dodgers are, I mean, unless something crazy happens, they're going to keep winning, and he's going to continue to be all over the place. I guess Tatis Jr. can maybe. I mean, he's going to have to win something, or at least have a moment, but I think the guy would probably would be him, unless Acuna can get there. I think so. My guy Juan Soto, but I think he doesn't talk enough for us to.
So we're talking about the 2020 generation, right? The
right.
2020 to 2030. Okay, awesome.
You're talking about the early 2000s?
Well, right when he got called up like in 2012.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. I mean, it's be unless the thing about Bryce Harper has had playoff moments. That stuff against the Giants. No, but I'm saying like if the Phillies, because the Phillies spend money, if the Phillies can put a club together, and he has a few moments in the playoffs, all of a sudden Bryce Harper goes from being this crazy guy, and you've referred to him as a cancer, to this like World Series hero, so you never know. But definitely Mike Trout getting hurt, I think you can pretty much kiss his MVP season goodbye, and it's just sad. It's just sad to see.
I think there's gonna be a gap between 2010 to 2020, and I can't think of any players off the top of my head that like ring out between that generation. That generation of group is gonna be like, oh, this guy was the best baseball player.
Yeah, well, I mean it's hard because you get in the early tens, it's Mike Trout, it's Mookie Betts, is you get that group. So I mean,
that's what I'm talking about. I don't.
Nobody in the crop now is as good as those two guys. So
and fans listening to us, we're talking about people that got called up or got brought up to the major leagues, because during that time there were some great guys. There were some good guys out there that were playing some good baseball.
Right. We're not talking about the established guys.
No, we're talking about people that were just originally called up during that time and making an impact. Because you could always say Big Papi, you could always say A-Rod, you could always say Jeter. Right. Jeter, I think, retired during that time.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about that. We're talking about like people that had just come up and during that generation taking over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's plenty of players out there during that time stretch that are going to be great.
Pujols was still alive and well during that time. We've had some very interesting, shady, horrible umpiring over the last. I think to start the year, I think baseball. I think just like any sport, I feel like umpiring, refereeing has gotten worse.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because we have all these replays, so maybe it isn't. Yesterday, I was watching a soccer game. The guy was the guy did he was a great ref. He did great. And I feel like those moments are too few, are too few and far in between, where we get that. There's talks about a robotic strike zone coming.
I think that's a conspiracy right now. That's why everything's going south. And people that don't know what robotic umpiring, there's still going to be somebody standing. They're just going to have something like this,
right,
in their ear.
Yeah.
And the robot's going to say strike, and then you strike.
Yeah.
Or ball, take your ball, or just like that. Which is, in my opinion, is ridiculous. I'm a big fan of just the human aspect in the game. And I think that's taken away a lot of it. Yeah, the calls are horrible, but it's like, why have replay too? Like I'm not a believer in replay. I hate replay. It's a waste of time. Even if it goes towards my team or against my team.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the human element. I don't want a strike zone like a robot calling strikes. But some of these calls are ridiculous.
Oh, they're horrible.
Like some of these, I don't remember what game I was watching, but I think it was a Dodger game, I think. But it was a strike. It was a strike.
And it's not Angel Hernandez. It's other umpires.
Yeah, and it was. Some of these are so ridiculous, and they're not consistent. It's one thing if you're calling it like that the whole game and both sides, and it's like, okay, I get it. This, and some of it is fine because if you watch baseball for a long time, some umpires have a bigger strike zone, some of them have a smaller one, but it's like some of them have a smaller one for different guys, and bigger for different, and that's the part that annoys me because pick one.
Pick one. Well, for people over at home that didn't know, the umpires do their job too. And the umpires, you know how baseball players get ready for a game, they have sessions and stuff like that. The umpires do too. They sit down in their conference room, they watch video of who's pitching, and they go from there to see how they're going to be calling the game.
Yeah,
because there's people that take longer to get there. There's people that hit certain spots. Like there's pitchers that hit the outside spot a little bit more than the inside spot, so the umpire adjusts to the speed of the game. Because I think that's the big thing right now: the speed of the game, how the game has to go quick. If you're calling balls and this guy keeps hitting that same spot, and you're still not giving it to him, that game's going to slow down. It's going to be walks and walks and walks.
Yeah,
and walks and walks.
I just think there needs to be a level of consistency that we don't have. It's why I'm open to the robotic system, because I get the human element. I get it. And I like it. I understand it. But some of these are game-changing strikes. Some of these are, and obviously right now we see them and you're like, oh, it's a random game in May. That random game in May that you lose affects you when
it costs you later on.
When you lose out on the wild card or the division by a game.
Yeah.
So it's why we play the regular season, and that's where, to me, something needs to be done, because you cannot allow this to happen. You cannot allow an umpire to get up there and they have an opinion already about what is a strike and what isn't a strike. That's because that's what's happening. These guys are showing up to the start of the game, and in their opinion, they've already predetermined if something is a strike or a ball, and that should never happen.
I don't know. I'm kind of in defense of the umpires too, because there's been times, and I watch a lot of baseball, like playing in games, different type of game, or different, even in college baseball too. So the strike zone's here. There's a black of the plate. Sometimes it does hit the edge of the plate and it comes out, and the computer catches it coming out the other way. So sometimes even the computer's wrong.
Yeah, of course.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's making the umpires look bad. So like when it misses at least 1 or 2 inches off the plate, you see, I don't know if you're catching on to what I'm saying.
I know.
The flight of the ball is coming out. It hits the black of the plate.
Yeah.
And it comes out. The computer, whatever system ESPN is using, or Fox or whatever it is,
the radar,
whoever's televising the game, the radar, whoever's catching the flight of the ball, they don't have a tracker on the ball. The ball is being tracked by a computer system on top.
Right.
They have like some type of system that goes and catches it over. So there's times that, they are strikes. It's hitting the black of the plate. That's technically a strike.
Yeah.
But the computer on TV is catching it, and it's like, it's a ball.
No, for sure. And that's where I'm with you. I am with you from the standpoint of the human element.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones that are obvious.
Oh, the ones on the middle?
And you're just like, if that's not a strike, what is a strike? Or the ones that are called balls, you're like, man, like, what chance does the pitcher have?
I follow, I think it's called Umpires Hate. So you send videos to see how bad they suck. And then there was a video, I think they were like maybe 14, 15 years old, the kids. There's a lefty batter. The ball crosses over and hits the other box. And the umpire just goes over and goes like this, and he goes, strike. I was like, what the hell? How are you supposed to hit that? It literally hit the right-hander box, and he called it a strike.
And that's
and it didn't cross.
Yeah, like, and that's what I'm talking about. I think that's the stuff that it's unfair, because like you're saying, how is he going to hit that?
Yeah, there's no way to.
Might as well stand on the plate.
Yeah. They have some funny videos there, and but it goes along. I coach in youth sports and a younger team, and it goes everywhere. Umpires are, and they have it harder because they don't have no replay or nothing in the system. They have the parent system, which is the parents strike or ball. Half of the parents don't even know what's going on.
Right.
But that's a different point.
Right.
So
it's a different podcast.
That's a totally different thing. But it just goes along. Umpiring. Some people are meant to be umpires, but you would expect that out of a major league umpire.
Yeah, just
a major league umpire is a career umpire.
Yeah,
they're making $250,000 or more a year. At least if you're going to be an executive, be a good executive. I call that an executive because that's executive pay in our regular adult lives. So if you're going to be making that much money, you might as well get it right, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you 1,000%. With that, are strikeouts ruining baseball? Are strikeouts and no hitters? So let me do this. So we didn't bet anything. I should have bet you dinner, so you could have like sent me some Grubhub. But
my bill's already high for all the doctor visits to your house already. My bill's already really too high.
So we had a no hitter, nothing on the line bet. I said there would be more than 5. We've had 6, and
6.5.
Yes. Oh yeah, 6.5. Shout out to Baumgartner. And we have, so we've had this, and a lot of this has been from the standpoint of depending on where you land. If you love pitching, then the pitchers are being amazing. If you don't like that, then it's this is ruining the game. As a baseball fan, I stand on the side of I don't think it's ruining the game. I just think it's weird who's doing it.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Because it'd be one thing if, in these no hitters you had DeGrom and the top guys, Garrett Cole, even if Kershaw turned back the clock and had a great outing, Bauer, stuff like that. It makes sense. Or even someone like Walker Buehler, who's gonna be that type of guy, and he gets one early, it makes sense. I read this list and I'm just like, I guess like John Means up until this season, John Means was not a good pitcher.
No.
He's all of a sudden the best. He's pitching like the best guy in the AL. That's where, to me, it's like it's the guys that are doing it.
Yeah.
Is it ruining baseball?
So does it take away your 6 no-hitters?
Oh, of course not. I won the bet.
Come on.
I won the bet, fair and square.
First of all, you don't bet. Whatever. Another thing that's a bet. I think it's the guy, like you said, it's just the guys. The guys are doing it, and there's more. It's more suspicious now. Like everything's like a lot more suspicious. Just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
There's so much things about substance out there, and different types of substance that they're using on the ball. Mm-hmm. And there's been constant videos, and the Cardinals manager called that out. He's like, people are going to their gloves. Why don't you go to those guys?
Yeah.
They go to their gloves. Whenever you've seen it, it's YouTube people, or if you're on Spotify, go on YouTube and see this. But they go to the glove, and they touch it, they touch the egg, whatever they have there, and they go out, they rub the ball.
And some of them are outrageous.
They're obvious, yeah. And umpires don't even do anything. And then there's times that they do this.
Mm-hmm.
The big one that I always see is this one, and then this one, or this one, and then this one, and then this one, which is this is a lotion. If you guys didn't know, anything in the hands, there's lotion there with some rosin, which is fine in my terms. But there's people going here. But now the glove is being used, which is crazy. It's ridiculous. Like out of the glove, and they use dark gloves. So it's very rare that you can see what's in there, and depending what substance they're using, there could be things out there that I don't know. I'm not a scientist. There's things out there that you can mix around and helps grip the ball.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all these guys are like having no hitters. Like, yeah, that brings up a huge point to what's going on. And then the strikeouts are horrible. I know I watched a few games and like there wasn't a hit to like the third inning or second inning. Like you're trying to bring back the game, but you're giving the pitchers the advantage. You're giving the pitchers the advantage. Might as well put cork on the bats, everybody's bats.
Yeah,
it's make it an even playing field.
What's weird though, it's not so much that it's the advantage for the pitcher, because
it is an advantage for the pitcher.
No,
it's a huge advantage.
No, yes.
The stats say it. There's a bunch of Ks. Everybody strike out. Like striking out is like perfectly fine now.
No, for sure. But that's also a shift in baseball.
No, there's no shift in baseball. It's a culture thing.
No, because everybody now goes for, you're either gonna hit a lot of home runs.
But that's not baseball.
You're gonna no.
Might as well make it a home run derby.
But that's been baseball for the last few years.
In my opinion, that is not baseball.
Right, but I'm saying
that goes to the. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that goes to everything. Every other stat corresponding to this. Pitchers are getting no hitters. Look at all the pitchers that got no hitters in May. We're in May.
Mm-hmm.
2 months into the season, we already have 6 no hitters, 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I get it. I was reading the stat. The year of the pitcher, I believe a few years back, they didn't have this much ridiculous in there. Like, this fires me up because might as well make it a home run derby.
Yeah,
might as well.
But I think a lot of it is approach, because hitters are not the days of Kevin Youkilis.
The days of Tony Gwynn are gone.
Right, but the days of Tony Gwynn is way back, but the days of Youkilis, who was
that's the best hitter. That's the best hitter in our generation.
Yeah, one of the most underrated guys. But Kevin Youkilis, those days are gone, where the patience and the eyes and knowing. Even Manny Ramirez, who was amazing, he was an
Oh
amazing
yeah,
hitter when he was down 0-2 because he just would grind out the at bats. A lot of that mentality is gone, so I think that is adding to the high strikeout rate. But I think, yeah, I think we baseball to keep the casual fan, because if you look around baseball's having such a there's an explosion of young talent.
yeah,
There's young talent everywhere, which is a
yeah.
beautiful thing, because there was a time where the talent in baseball was low. Now you look at the
What was that?
rosters early, but the trial era,
The '90s,
the
right before.
90s, early 2000s, and even up to like early to 2010s. Now there's an explosion where there's all these young talented guys that are coming up, and it's a beautiful thing for the sport. So I don't think baseball is dying. I just think the
Nobody said
approach
baseball's dying. It's
the
just
approach well, from the standpoint of the casual fan, it is, because the casual fan wants to see the big home runs. The casual fan doesn't want to see any of that. To me, what ruins it is the names. I love
so that
dominant pitching. My
yeah,
favorite baseball player of all time is Pedro Martinez. Not even a hitter. That's my
yeah,
favorite baseball player. So I love pitching. It needs to make sense. It can't
yeah.
be a John Means or a Carlos Rodon. These guys
Spencer
who,
Turnbull
yeah, these guys who have, or even Corey Kluber, who's
just came back.
okay, and they have decent stuff. I love it when the guys who have the best stuff are dominating, because that is what's great. The what makes the 1999 All-Star game with Pedro, when he faces the gauntlet of the NL at that
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and he strikes out 5 of them. The beauty of that was, it was Pedro.
yeah,
Had it been like, I don't know, the Byung Young Kim, it would have been like, what? How is this happening?
yeah.
And I think that's my issue with all of this.
Or you could just have everybody play the Rangers, Indians, and Mariners. That's the reality of it. Everybody gets a series with them. Let's see who throws the most no hitters. Whoever throws the more no hitters gets the #1 seed in the playoffs. I don't know. No, to me personally, I like seeing hits.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing hits, not home runs.
I
If it's
do
a home
too.
run,
I do too. Yes.
because before growing up, with me personally, growing up, like the home run was like something to be excited about. Now home
Yeah.
runs like, okay, cool, you hit a home run, cool, good
Yeah.
job, that's one.
Yeah.
Now we have teams hitting 7, 8 home runs in a game. It's like, okay, how many people are on base
0.
out of those 5? Maybe 2, if
Yeah.
that. People are losing games that way. Dodgers were losing games. If you remember back in a few years back, that's what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They were going for the home run every single time. They were living and dying by
Even the
it.
Yankees,
The Yankees,
2017, 2018. Yeah.
yeah, they just, to me, it's about the hit. Get a hit, cool. It's I guess because I'm talking about it as a player. I guess that's how, because I know what the excitement of a home run is, and I know the excitement of a, because I didn't pretty personally, I didn't hit that many home runs in my career. I got hits, but yeah, home runs. When I got a home run, it's like, okay, the feel of the bat, yes, I got a home run. Or when you hit a home run to win the game, it's like, yes. Now you expect somebody to hit a home run every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you strike out, it's okay. I remember Tony Gwynn saying once, it's like, dude, when I strike out, it's like the end of the world. Why did I do it? And there's been times that this is the guy that struck out maybe 12 times against in a season, maybe 12, 13 times in a season. It's like, what would you rather see? Me personally, if I were the commissioner, and it all has to do with the baseball right now. It has to do with that baseball. So what the players are saying right now, that the baseball feels spongy. So it feels like it's not carrying. There's no carry to that ball anymore. If you get it, you get it. Those home runs that are 371, they should be 420. So they're losing that spin back. But me, if I were ever, I would have never changed the baseball. I personally would allow some types of substance on the ball, but that would be predetermined. That would be something that would be like the mud they use right now. So I would already have it done. They wouldn't be able to use anything. If they do, they get caught. You know, the obvious things. Yeah, bye. If it's not obvious, then cool. Right. Same thing with the hitters. Hey, you want to use that kind of stuff? Hey, you can use the cork bat. Go, have fun with it. Right now, we're too focused on the casual fan. The casual fan that goes to stadiums, and I still have that thing. I see them. The casual fan that yells at the players, throw stuff at the players. That's a casual fan. Because if you look at all the incidents that have been going on, fights, spitting, throwing popcorn, it's all the casual fan. It's not the diehard baseball fan that's there to watch the 9-inning games.
Yeah.
Or to watch all 4 quarters or watch the 2 halves in soccer.
Yeah.
It's all those people that just casually there. I'm looking for my moment. Who gives a shit about the players? Whatever sorry about that. But who gives a crap about the players? It's about me.
Yeah.
It's what I want. This is what I want. I'm gonna go run on the field because I had too many drinks.
Right.
Like, I get it. Yeah, they're gonna feed you enough drinks, but that's with me too as a commissioner. If I know you want to sell drinks, but you also have to think about the safety of these people. And there's people that can't handle the drinks, and they go to the game and make an ass of themselves. And it's a casual fan. It's not even the normal diehard.
Yeah.
With me, maybe I have 1 or 2. That's it, if that. And then maybe that one is before the game, and then the other one. I go enjoy the game. I love the game.
Right.
But then I see all these other people like taking Snapchat pictures, like, hey, what's the score? How many outs? Oh, it's 2 outs. Who's batting? Oh, that guy, number 27.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have a 27 on the team. Oh, 26, I think it was. Yeah, that guy. All right. It's like, dude, like, why are you here? Like, why are you here? It goes a long way. It sucks. Yeah. It really sucks that the casual fan is killing a lot of these sports.
Yeah, and
even basketball.
I think that's where you get I think that's in terms of this, because even what's his name, Clayton Kershaw said it. Clayton Kershaw said it's ruining the game, and it's, I think, ruining the game from the standpoint of the excitement of the whole thing, because the casual fan, you need the casual fan for the money.
Yeah.
Because baseball knows when it comes to our money, they have our money.
Yeah.
I'm going to support the Red Sox
no matter what.
So they don't, I'll buy into the Sox and you're going to buy into the Dodgers. And that's just,
even the Dodgers, when they were losing, there were still 3.5 million fans in there.
Exactly. So it's one of those things you need the casual fan. And obviously as a diehard fans, we understand that, but I think something needs to be done to where what is going on with the pitching isn't as obvious.
Yeah.
And we just, it's kind of like what goes on in the NFL, where the NFL has made it almost impossible to play defense because everything
can't hit the quarterback.
You can't touch the quarterback, you can't touch the wide receiver. And it makes it so hard that when you see a great defensive performance, it almost highlights it. And I hope baseball doesn't go that route. Right now, we're on that route where, the pitching is so ridiculous that the hitting is going to become one of these things that we are like, wow, the guy is doing that. And I agree with you. I think home runs are such a it's a bad way to rely on somebody, because I remember Mark Bellhorn on those Red Sox teams in the early 2000s. The dude was the worst hitter on that team.
Yeah,
the worst hitter, but the dude had a lot of home runs. He was number 9. He was like the number 9 hitter. He would strike out a bunch.
Yeah.
he would hit a lot of home runs, and that's why he was on that lineup. And he was in that 2004 Red Sox, and he was my least favorite Red Sox because he just would constantly strike out, and then here and there would hit home runs. And that's where we're at, where these guys that are not talented, but because they can hit home runs, all of a sudden they are getting to a place of where they're known and people think they're really good. But if you're paying attention, they're okay. But
yesterday I was watching I was watching multiple games on my screen, and then you know how it goes, like it goes to like different ones, like the DirecTV type of thing.
Right.
So I was hearing, oh, there's a no-hitter going on. It's like another one.
Yeah.
And it's always the day before we record. I was like, damn, Mr. Sherman's gonna have a good one. I mean, no, that was like a side thought.
Right.
But I was like, where's the mystique of a no-hitter going? There's no mystique in it no more. It's gone.
Yeah.
Like a no-hitter is like a casual shutout now.
Yeah.
It's happening so many times already. It's like, okay, cool. It's May and I already have 6.5.
Yeah.
How many are we gonna have? We're gonna have 20 by the end of the season. It's like, okay, cool. It's like, oh, another guy got a no-hitter. Who is it? I don't know. Name of number 5 pitcher for summer.
I don't know. Eduardo Rodriguez.
Rick Porcello.
There you go. Rick Porcello.
I don't even think he's pitching anymore, but he came back. The guy came back.
John Lester.
There you go. John Lester. Or Rick Porcello. He just came back and he's like, okay, cool. He made his comeback story mid-season. And then, yeah, got a no-hitter. Cool. It's ridiculous. Let's move on before I get fired up. Let's move on.
Yeah, so that's
something happier.
Baseball is in a crossroads, and I think more than anything, and you know, maybe we can hit on this in another pod, but
yeah,
we need a new commissioner.
Yeah,
we need a commissioner who actually likes baseball. This guy doesn't like baseball. This guy. Anyway, we'll move on. This week in baseball, so we have our history lesson. This one I handpicked it for you, Harry. You're gonna enjoy this one. I was a 10-year-old kid, 2001, May 28. I remember watching this when I used to live in Cudahy, and it was a game between the Dodgers and the Rockies, and it was your boy Paulo Duca. He goes 6 for 6.
Yep.
The Dodgers win 11-10. The Dodgers stayed. I remember watching that game. That was a really good game.
I was watching that game. It was on Fox.
And it was a Fox game. And
they're wearing the blue jerseys that day.
He had 5 singles, and he had a 3-run home run. And it was just an amazing game. Your boy Paulo Duca, and that's May 28th this week in baseball. It was an exciting game, and that's where the hits and all of that, and it was great.
That's great baseball right there.
Yeah,
so, not because it's Dodger baseball, but that's great baseball hitting.
Yeah, it was a great display. Let's go to the Pujols. He went from the Angels. He was down to 5.
I remember I was joking about it too.
He went up. Yeah, he went up. He got in his car, drove up north, landed in Chavez Ravine. He's in the Dodgers now. How do you feel about that?
Initial thought was like, what is he doing there? Initial thought, I was like, what are you doing there? Like, I don't see you falling into what we want to do.
Yeah.
That's the initial thought.
Right.
Like initially, like when I heard, I was like, I was on the baseball field. I think I was practicing. I was at a game, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh yeah, I was at a tournament. And they're like, oh hey, Albert Pujols went to the Dodgers. I was like, and they just turn around like, what? Like, I get it, we need hitters, but this guy can't run the bases anymore. So then a couple of days go by, and then Monday he makes his debut. He makes his debut that following Monday. I think it was a Saturday when he signed, and a Monday and I was like, okay. I saw him talking to the players. I saw him mentoring the players. I see what you're doing. What were we talking about the last time we did the report?
Oh, the
glue, right?
clubhouse. The clubhouse, yeah.
The glue, right?
Yeah.
Hey, don't say I'm not wrong. Don't say I'm not wrong. Don't say I don't know baseball.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what he was doing.
Yeah.
The guy is gonna hit here and there, one for three, still Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah. He got a home
But
run.
he got a home run. We were supposed to go to that game too. We didn't go. But just the mentoring of the younger players, and that's kind of what they need. The Chase Utleys, the Skip Schumachers, the Jim Tomeys, all the old Dodger. It goes down the line. They always brought somebody, a veteran presence in the clubhouse to fix it up. And that's kind of what's happening here. And they have gone, I believe, 8-1 since his signing. They're looking a lot better. They're looking a lot more loose. They're looking great. Yeah, they played the Astros. They split on that, which I could have told you that would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought it would have been the other way around with the Kershaw or Bauer, but whatever. But yeah, they're playing good baseball. They're coming back, and I think, like I said, that's what they needed. They needed somebody to just put everything together, put the glue back, put the clubhouse back together, or glue it all back together. They're about a half game out of first place, which is where we thought the two teams that I thought were going to be on top are on top. I told you San Francisco was fake. We just swept them last weekend, and then now we just took the first game. So yeah, they're there. San Francisco was never a threat. They just didn't play anybody.
Yeah.
San Diego's a threat. Don't get me wrong. San Diego is a threat, and I believe in that threat. But San Francisco, nah, it's gonna be San Diego and LA going the whole season, going into the summer. Somebody's gonna overtake it. The Dodgers are gonna be in the playoffs. San Diego's gonna be in the playoffs, so it's gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, everybody's coming back. Cody Bellinger's coming back. McKinstry's coming back this weekend, so I'm excited for that. And they've been winning without them, so now let's see what they do. It's gonna be an exciting week. And, I'll let you guys know how I feel next week about it.
There you go.
What about your Red Sox? I'm glad. I'm so happy to hear this right now. I'm like so excited. I've been excited for the last week ever since I told you there.
I think the Sox. The Sox are doing okay. I think you're acting like we haven't won a game in forever. They've had a rough stretch, I guess you can call it.
They play real teams, and now they're coming back.
Oh, come on. So it's they're 6-4 in their last 10, which isn't terrible. I think what has happened though over the last few weeks or so, the Rays are playing out of their mind. So that's been the biggest difference. I think the Red Sox are just going through that early season. It's not even a slump because they're playing fine. They're okay. I think the starting pitching has been a little suspect, but the bullpen has been really good. The hitting obviously is not the problem. Devers is rounding into form. Xander Bogaerts is playing like the best shortstop in baseball. And JD Martinez, early MVP candidate, as he's been raking, and so I feel fine. I think it's May. The Red Sox are in second place. They're game out, and if the Rays hadn't gone on their 11-game win streak, we'd still be talking about the Red Sox in first place at the end of May. So
I told you it was going to happen.
As much as you want to celebrate, we're only a game out.
I'm celebrating.
So I think the Sox are going to be okay.
He hasn't responded to my text. He hasn't responded to my text over a week, and I've been, talking smack about
fine. The Sox are fine.
It didn't seem like it.
We're
don't answer your text messages.
You'll see. The Red Sox are the Red Sox are okay. So that's where we're at with the Red Sox. Let's do some, as you said, the baseball season starts in May. Let's do some pretenders versus contenders. So I have here the list. We'll start in the AL East, work our way through. Rays, what do you think? Contenders, pretenders?
So we're AL East. The Rays.
And let me clarify what we mean by that. We're not saying these teams are gonna win the World Series. You're a contender because you can make the playoffs. That's what we're talking about.
So Rays contender, Red Sox contender.
Oh, the Red Sox are contenders.
Yankees are contenders. You already said the definition, so don't try to change all this up.
Blue Jays?
Pretenders.
There you go. I agree. We'll go AL Central. I have the Royals. I mentioned them. I put them in here because I had mentioned them a few weeks ago when you said the season hadn't started yet. So I think they're pretenders.
Yep.
I still think, though, that they are an annoying team to play. Watching them day in and day out, they're annoying, but they're pretenders. The Twins, I have them as pretenders. I know you still believe in them. I'm out on them. I've been out on them the whole season, and that's where I stand.
The Indians pretenders.
Same,
and the White Sox contenders.
Yeah, so you have the Twins as you have the Twins as
contender.
As contenders, okay, and I have them as pretenders. So we'll see who's right and who's wrong at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then we have in the AL West, this one. I've been excited for this one. The A's,
all contenders.
Contenders. The Astros contenders.
The Angels contenders.
I've said.
I feel there's a run coming. I don't know. I've been watching them.
A run of what? There's a run of what? Well, what are you talking about?
They've been playing pretty good lately. They've been playing pretty good.
Oh, come on, Harry.
What my rule is if they're not 10 games out by May, they're still contenders. That's my rule.
Who is going to be out 10 games? Who's out?
There's like, or 9.5. I would say 9.5 to 10 games. I can name a bunch.
Let's hear the Orioles, the Tigers.
Yeah, Colorado, Arizona.
Yeah, and that's it. And I think the Angels are
close. The Pirates.
I think the Angels.
Minnesota's about to be it. I was waiting for you to say Minnesota, but they're a half game still. They're still there.
They're closer to those teams than they are to the top teams. But
yeah, let's go NL East.
You're gonna go down swinging with the Angels. I am impressed, my friend, with your loyalty to these Angels. Do you owe somebody money? Does somebody put you up to this? Did you lose a bet or something?
No.
Do you need help?
It's a feeling.
I'm here to help you, Harry.
A lot of my predictions, a lot of my gambling issues are because of gut instinct. I don't gamble.
Okay. Wow. You have serious issues believing in the Angels. We go NL East. Mets.
Contenders.
I think they're pretenders. I don't trust them. But we'll see. This all can change, but they're
pretenders.
Yeah, I agree. Braves, I think they're contenders. I think they're starting to peak. They have a lot of injuries, and they'll get those guys back, and they'll be fine. The Phillies, I think the Phillies. What you got?
Pretenders.
Okay. I think they're contenders. I like that team for whatever reason.
Let's go to my favorite Central.
Brewers.
Central.
Where you got?
Pretenders.
Yeah.
Pretenders.
I agree.
They're already selling.
Cubs.
Contenders.
Okay. I think they're pretenders. I don't think they're that good. Do you think the Brewers would trade Yelich, or is it too early?
Too early.
Too early? Okay. I agree, but you never know.
Louis, contenders. Champs.
I'm so glad that I was on the Cardinals side. Anyway.
Sure.
The world champion Dodgers, contenders. No brainer.
Oh, we haven't done the West and contenders.
The Padres.
And then the Giants pretenders.
Yeah, I agree. I want to believe in the Giants, but the Giants are, like you're saying, a very flawed team.
Yeah.
Their wins, they've blown a lot of games to the good teams, and You just can't do that.
So what weekend series are you looking forward to?
There we go.
I beat you there.
We're a team. This is not a competition. We're a team. Okay. This is mine. I got to be honest with you. There's not a lot of enticing weekend series.
Astros, Padres. Check it out.
Yeah, that one's good, I guess.
Love it, like it.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think
Go Astros.
Oh, Go Astros. Wow, there you go. I think that's the best one.
I hate the Padres that bad.
I think that's the best one. I'm gonna go Braves Mets. Braves Mets. That's my pick.
That's a good one.
That's
and I'm not an Astros fan anyway. Just putting a little disclaimer on that. I'm just serious.
You're a Dodger fan, and you need them to lose.
Yeah,
I get you.
Exactly.
I got you. I'm not saying you're an Astros fan. So
what are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm gonna watch a lot of basketball, a lot of baseball. Cruz Azul is in the final.
That's what I wanted to hear. We can't stop looking at your tweets.
We took down your
Germ 4.
Your Diablos. Yeah, follow me, Germ 4, Twitter, Instagram. What's your handles? People can follow you.
No, I don't put anything good. So let's do Germ 4. Germ 4. I like trolling on you.
I'm like Cruz Azul has kicked me in the balls over and over again.
They won yesterday, right?
They won 1-0. But Cruz Azul has kicked me in the nuts, in the balls, over and over. They've messed me up. They play with my heart. I got to tell you, I think this is the year. It's been a 23-year drought. I think this is the year, Harry. I think we're gonna win it.
Let's go Cruz Azul.
I think Sunday we're gonna win the title. We got beat by the champs. I think Sunday we're winning the title, and I think if my siblings are mean, you might see a picture of me crying.
Really?
Because I think I might cry if they win. It means that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it? So it's like a Dodger type of win or what?
Yeah, dude, it's been 23 years and getting kicked in the nuts over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
So
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that bad for you.
It's really bad. So I think this is the year. I think this is the year, and I'm excited. So that's what I'm doing. What are you doing? And hopefully the Lakers go up 3-1 on Sunday. Let's go.
What am I doing this weekend? I am gonna enjoy some barbecue Just hang out at the house. There's nothing crazy. We were in San Diego last week, so we kind of don't go. We're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, this thing screwed me up. I was looking for a special picture for you, but now I can. Let's go back to it.
Awesome.
What's wrong with this freaking iPhone thing? I got something special with it.
Okay. So that's where we're at with baseball. As Harry looks up for the picture, and he's the screen went blank now. So
no, I'm here.
We'll see.
Here you go.
See what picture.
Just for you, Germ.
There we go.
Just for you, Germ.
There we go. Here we go. I think this is it. I think this is the year. Watch they break my heart.
If you're not looking in YouTube, it's a picture of Cruz Azul.
Let's go, Máquina. If they don't win on Sunday, I'm gonna suspend myself. I was telling my brother-in-law yesterday, I'm gonna suspend myself from Mexican soccer for a year if they don't win.
You're not missing much, so it's all good.
So that's where we're at. That's the pod.
Yep.
Harry, I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Have fun.
Be ready.
Enjoy some barbecue.
Yep.
We'll continue to monitor this entire thing. So as always, you can listen to our pod anywhere you get your pod. You can watch it on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Instagram handle, brewedthoughts.podcast, and Harry gave you ours, or at least mine, Germ4. And you can follow alongside me as I watch all these sports, as I tweet on all these.
It's so fun. His Twitter is so entertaining. I like trolling it so bad.
One last thing before I let you go. Luka Doncic. If Luka Doncic eliminates the Clippers, we should build a statue for him in LA.
Yeah, I am.
Oh my gosh, I love that guy. I hate the Clippers. I hope the Clippers get eliminated. That I'm looking forward to that. But that's where we're at. That's where you can follow us. And as always, go Red Sox. Drink better
Go
coffee.
Dodgers and drink better coffee.
And drink better coffee. There you go.